Anyway, hi, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing folk horror month. It stopped being about folk horror last week, and it turned into just like psychic kids month, or just like kids month. I don't know, just creepy kids. But I think we're gonna turn another corner into folk horror with this one. There are still kids involved, but I don't think they're the creepy ones in this story. We're gonna be watching a movie called Gretel and Hansel. Now, a few things about Gretel and Hansel that interest me. One, a Hansel and Gretel story, told as a sort of horror story it is a horror story technically if you think about it. I mean, what is Hansel and Gretel about actually? Now I think I'm mixing them up. So Hansel and Gretel are the two kids that go into the woods. And the one kid leaves breadcrumbs, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of? And then they find a house that's like made of candy or something, and like there's a witch, and the witch like is trying to eat them, like she's trying to cook them kids or something. That's gotta be. For some reason, when I think of Hansel and Gretel, I think of the witch from Looney Tunes. Don't know why, but this is a serious one, so we gotta call it Gretel and Hansel. We gotta switch the names around for some reason. I don't know why. Go figure. And this isn't the Witch Hunters. This is not Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, okay? We're not watching that. This is not that kind of... Maybe sometime in the future I'll watch that, actually, because that does look like a terrible movie. But not this year. This year we're watching Gretel and Hansel. The other thing is that it is directed by one Oz Perkins, who you guys may recognize as the man who directed Longlegs. He also directed The Monkey that came out recently. I haven't seen The Monkey yet. I've heard pretty good things, though. I enjoyed Longlegs. I didn't enjoy his other movies, though. I have seen his other movies, so I am wary of what kind of Oz Perkins. I will say the dude's visual sensibilities are great, really cool, very eerie, very, very simple, but very good visual sensibilities. Everything else, though, I just think like it gets too ponderous and too analogous and too it just goes up its own ass into just like, all right, dude, we get it. You know what I mean? Longlegs suffered from that too, in my opinion, a bit in the back half. But I still really liked Longlegs in the other ways that I don't want to spoil Longlegs, but I really like Longlegs. And I heard The Monkey is just a wacky ass movie. So clearly he's going in other directions with his stuff. So I am curious to see what Gretel and Hansel is gonna be like. If you want to be just like my witch hunters. The Patreon pals themselves, Hannah, Nick, Kev, Battle Sister Cat, George, Ken, Greg, and Manny B. Patreon.com/BS Movies. Only $1 a month. And you can get the full uncut reaction to pretty much every single thing I've ever done on this channel. Exclusive bonus commentaries. This month we're watching The Witch by Robert Eggers. Also bonus commentaries on other things, extended videos, uncensored versions of these videos, and so forth and so on. Patreon.com/BS Movies. And an update on the 1,000 subscribers video. I'm still writing it, and I'm still, working on how that one's going to work. And for the drunk watch of Beyond Belief, I'm just waiting for a day. Like, I'm just waiting for the time at work where I get 2 days off, because I know I'm going to get hungover for this one. I just know it. So I'm going to need like an extra day for that one. We're capping off the month here. This is the first March in, I don't know, like 2 years where I haven't had to watch a Leprechaun movie. I'm so happy I haven't had to watch a Leprechaun movie. I don't miss him. I don't miss that little asshole, not one iota, okay? That being said, the movie Wicker Man, pretty good. Children of the Corn, Village of the Damned, So hopefully we end on a high. And if we don't, I'm going to end it on a high anyway for the Patreon, because I'll be watching The Witch. But for you guys on the YouTube regular, let's hope that this movie is good, and the movie being Gretel and Hansel. Forgot to mention, Gretel and Hansel, you're going to have to rent it. I mean, it is streaming, but it's streaming on MGM Plus. Who the fuck has MGM Plus. What the fuck is that? There's too many streaming services out there. MGM Plus? Does MGM? I mean, it is MGM, like the oldest movie studios still going, but like still, to warrant a streaming service, MGM Plus. Come on now, pick your battles. But you know, it's also available to rent on the Apples and the Amazons and the Voodoos and the Fandangos. All right, so that's where I'm watching it.
So gather in close and hear me well. It's the story of the beautiful child with the little pink cap. Her birth was a gift to her mother and father.
Stop speaking like you're gonna rhyme and you're not rhyming. It's bothering me.
All in the village agreed she was the most beautiful child.
She sounds like she's gonna rhyme, but she's not rhyming.
And whispers told of an enchantress.
Is that the witch?
Power to cure any ailment.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody with nails like that.
Which was soon clear.
The fuck?
That she was powerful in other ways too.
Oh my god, we got more telekinetic children? We got another village of the damned? Oh dear god.
No one. Own father, who for her had sacrificed so much.
Is he gonna eat that? Are you gonna eat that, buddy? Yeah, he's gonna eat that. Oz, you love making people off themselves in fucked up ways, don't you?
Beware of gifts. Beware of those that offer them. And beware of those who are only too happy to take them.
The music in this is kicking ass. I will say, this music is kicking ass. Oh, Oz, you and your very specific aspect ratios. I like the look of this movie. I like the colors of this movie. This looks like I'm watching some sort of like European, like this looks like it would be on the Criterion, you know what I'm saying?
Do you read?
Some like 1960s European horror flick that nobody knows about.
Mother's alone now and does what she can.
I should think she could do precious little till this terrible pestilence is lifted.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to work for a guy who puts his hand together like that.
My lord.
That's a good girl. I think you'll find our guests will prefer it.
Also, what am I hearing in the background? What am I hearing off screen? What's happening?
Have you kept your maidenhood?
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I don't.
Beg all you want.
I know what that means because of Shrunken Heads. I saw Shrunken Heads. I know what that word means. And now the sounds I'm hearing off screen are given context, and I don't like what I'm. Yeah, I guess get the fuck out of there.
Throw yourself at the boots of the sisters and pray they take you in.
Hansel will never be offered admittance at a convent. And I would never ask to be admitted.
And the two of you could start work, digging your sweet little graves.
A mother's love, you know? You just gotta appreciate a mother's love, especially in these hard and trying times.
Dig a hole for mommy too?
Again, a good mother's love. Just okay, alright. What we're not gonna do is oink. I do like the colors here. You ever look at, this might be like a recent phenomenon, you ever look at something and you're like, this is what they fed to the AI to make. This is what AI watched, and that's why AI looks like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not an. Oh my god. Okay, wait, hold on now. All right, I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry I mentioned AI. Jesus Christ.
Nothing is given without something else being taken away.
This kid's hat rules.
When can we go back to Mother?
He's got a fucking extra read all about it hat. Look at that hat. Those are the old timey snapbacks. You know what I'm saying? You put a Yankees logo on that. Holy shit. Anyway,
are you sure a woman lives here?
You just look at something and you're like, that's what AI is stealing from. This movie feels like this is what AI is stealing from when you look at like those like shitty dark fantasy AI things. That's what that looks like. That's not an insult to this movie. This is an insult to the AI that is stealing this type of visual stuff. You know?
Not exactly.
I'm very anti-AI if you guys haven't been able to tell.
Will we be alright?
I've got a voice in the matter.
Kid, you gonna sleep with the hat on? Oh my god, it's that guy from Mortal Kombat. Oh, that is not a guy. Whoa! The fuck is going on here? They just sniped Squidward. Sick shot. Hey man, nice shot.
They'll hand you a new axe and show you how to make it work like one. You, go, will learn the ways of the herbs and the earth, lest the men of the world find a more obvious use for you.
Alright, I don't like the way you said that, sir. I appreciate the help in headshotting that creepy man. Look at these shots. I will say, man, visually this movie kind of goes hard. Music-wise, I'm loving it. Oh, you got a cool-ass hat, too? Does everybody get cool hats? I want a cool hat. I just got this beanie I've been using for like a decade. God, look at these colors. This, hey.
I always try to tell my mother that I can see things.
It's giving Over the Garden Wall.
Like I was...
Oh man, this is so Over the Garden Wall. Autumnal, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at this. Two siblings lost in this type of forest with, you know, odd creatures and the unknown. So Over the Garden Wall. And there's Mario mushrooms on the floor? Maybe you don't eat those. No further questions? We're just gonna eat the Alice in Wonderland looking mushroom? Some Willy Wonka looking ass mushroom? You guys are just eating the top? You know, the middle is kind of the best part. Okay, I don't like the sound that just made it. Okay, and we're tripping out. Okay, that was a good cut. That was a pretty good cut. Damn, I didn't think I would see a movie in which kids are fucking tripping out on shrooms.
Hey, let go of me! Gretel, it's
I don't trust like that. I don't trust like that.
I'm unable to resist.
He is unable to resist. The cake is lifting him off the air like a Looney Tune, you know?
Gretel, I need food.
The scent is making him float. We're not gonna go into a triangle house, guys. Come on, not a triangle house. I've never seen a good triangle house in a movie in my life. I'm pooping, hold on. I'm pooping, hold on. God damn, lady, refrigerate some of this. Like, good lord. Hansel. Whoa, okay. I was about to burn your house down.
You must be the sister I've heard so much about.
Yeah, when, ma'am,
Careful with that.
try to be a bit more inconspicuous. Look at you. Okay, she's got the goddamn Scarlet Witch fingers. Are we, guys? She could not be more witch-like.
Milk. Good for bones.
Where'd you get milk? I didn't see a cow. I didn't see a cow anywhere near here. I didn't see a cow for miles. Where'd you get milk?
And your mouth is too big for your mouth, obviously.
Oh, somebody's got the runs. One of yous. Well, it was one of yous. The witch barges in. Which one of yous took a shit and didn't flush? Disgusting. Damn, lady, Arthritis got her bones crumbling. All she did was lift a finger. Sounded like a goddamn bowl of Rice Krispies when she lifted her finger.
Your breakfast.
This is the same food from yesterday. Yes, I don't have a refrigerator. I'm sorry.
Well, another one bites the dust.
May I not help you with that?
What's this, dear?
Only to say surely in exchange for your generosity, I might...
Was another one bites the dust a saying in whatever year this takes place in? That just felt like a very modern saying. Another one bites the dust, as they say. I'm finna go clean this up now.
What?
You drink it.
Oh, I don't.
Tomorrow you will be a new girl. If not tomorrow, then soon enough. In any case, you will have taken a first step.
Hey, you know what? I'll drink with you. Cheers. I mean, this is just LaCroix, but, you know.
The foul smell is only...
I'm sure a LaCroix to people that live in that era would have been fucking... They would have melted if they drank this, so...
Idiot trees.
I'm the giving tree. Why'd you put an axe in me? You could've just asked for something. Are you gonna leave it in me? Okay, fine. You're living with a witch. Alright, yank that cloth out. Hurry up, it's getting real Silent Hill in here.
There are things here. Bad things.
What bad things?
The abundance, for one.
What's that mean?
It means too much. There's too much, and it isn't right.
Where's she getting all that milk?
Where are the animals?
And that milk?
From where does she draw milk? From where does she conjure up her endless prey?
What did I tell you? Look, this kid's onto something with the milk. The only animal I've seen here is cat, and if this is cat milk we're drinking, Sphinx cat milk, by the way.
For supplies. Mother says I have an eye for good produce.
That won't be necessary.
I went to Costco. I got everything in bulk. I'm set for. I'm a bit of a doomsday prepper. All right. You might be wondering why there's no. I got a good Costco membership.
That ham is unsalted. It must be going bad.
And yet it isn't.
Cause y'all ain't eating food. Y'all are eating the other children. Oh. Oh, is that the broom?
No. Tell it what to do.
Tell it.
You've talked to things before.
Oh, is she teaching her how to be a witch? Interesting. Whoa! Impales the lady immediately. Okay, maybe I should have taught you more before I... Are you still tripping out on mushrooms, or do you still have bacon grease on your hand? Oh god, you still got bacon grease. What if this was all just a shrooms trip for... Like, they're still in the woods on shrooms. This kind of reminds me of, like, the Stranger Things music. Oh my god, it is the Giving Tree! It's the Giving Tree! I knew he was in this! That kid's going in the oven, ma'am. That kid's getting cooked up, real nice. That kid's breakfast tomorrow. That's the Blair Witch kid. You better stay back. Go face the... No, don't follow her. Face the corner. Face the corner.
Didn't you? You're not his mother.
By the way,
You don't remember the last time you couldn't be sure.
I got these stained glass windows from a McDonald's that was going out of business.
Careful with a sleeping draught. A leaf or a twig this way or that. You get a very different mixture. A soup of nightmares.
Soup of Nightmares is a Goosebumps book if I ever heard one. Soup of Nightmares? I can already see the book cover. There's like an eyeball and a worm sticking out of the soup.
Oh, good night then.
There's like a spoon full of like a toenail or something. It's green, obviously. I feel like the witch has eaten enough children to not look so witchy, you know? There was a lot of kids in that mirror reflection. I feel like she should be looking a little bit more... Oh god, he's Blair Witching it! He's Blair Witching it! So like I was saying, I feel like the witch should be... younger, I guess. I don't know. It's a youth thing that they eat kids, right? So I feel like she's eating enough kids to be a younger... Oh, no. There she is. Whoa! What's going on here? That's a sick shot. That's pretty neat. Come on now. That feels like the lady that comes out of the puddle in Courage the Cowardly Dog. That was sick. Oh, no. Look at what I was talking about. Okay. You know what? Thank you, movie, for listening to my point there. And good golly. What, was I just saying that because I wanted to see a hot witch? Maybe. Now, I'm hoping that's not children's in there. Oh god, there's a barrel. That's gotta be a kid in there. Yeah, that is not the cute chubby arm of a grown person, I'll tell you that much. That is the cute chubby arm of a kid. A real chubby kid. They were eating the kids. They were eating the kids the whole time. I knew it.
And leave the food out if I want to buy something later.
You're giving me Willem Dafoe vibes, ma'am. That's why I'm wary of you. That's why we're nervous around you. You're a witch dressing up and acting like Willem Dafoe. Again, that would be so funny if she wasn't. That's a big shovel. That's a really big shovel. I'm sorry. I got distracted by the size of that shovel. It would be so funny if she was not a witch. If she was just a weird lady. Why is that shovel so big?
You will be.
Will I have mastery and dominion over everything?
Nearly everything. We must accept our weaknesses.
Yeah, we haven't gone to space yet
Everyone.
as witches. We haven't solved the atmosphere issue with the brooms. But everything else, yeah, you would have dominion over. Okay, alright. Well, if it wasn't clear that was a kid before. Was it just hair? Ma'am, okay. Oh, we're gonna, okay. Here, grab on and pull.
In my thoughts, in my dreams, attached to me like my shadow, promising me a taste.
This is so Long Legs, man.
That she had.
This is exactly my problem with the last half of Long Legs.
For me to be brave, and I was, and I did. And like she had done, I rid myself of all other attachments. It cleared my plate.
Wow, we're getting a new pope.
My children.
Oh, and we're eating children.
Hunger. That time for you, little darling.
Go and kiss your sister goodnight.
God, I should not be into women like that. And yet I am. Yeah, here I am. Looking at this girl like, good golly. Use the Force, Gretel. Obi-Wan's ghost shows up. Gretel. Yoda's ghost is there too.
What a world.
Oh, you and your Wizard of Oz references. What a world. Come on. With the Wizard of Oz. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, goddamn. There we go. That ought to do it. Yeah, that ought to do it. Hey, Mom, I'm back. Guess what? I have superpowers. We're good. We could live. Also, I killed a witch. I not with my bare hands, so I don't really have blood on my hands, but I did kill. But it was a witch.
Your meal.
Take care of
Told him
him.
to take good care of you. I'll see to it that you arrive safely.
Why did I call that?
Gretel,
Take care of him.
you'll see my face again.
Slaps the horse's ass. It just goes bolting through the woods. Kid barely hanging on.
The captor now gone and her fires all put out. They were free to go
Damn, she ate a lot of kids. Good golly. Jesus Christ.
and be at peace.
It's a whole classroom.
I thought all was required from me was to be brave and to trust myself.
Oh, you getting witchy. Who did the soundtrack for this? I gotta see who did this. Who did the music for this? I'm not taking the credits off till I see who did the music for this. Okay. Thanks, Rob. Good job, Rob. All right, and that was Gretel and Hansel, or what I would call baby's first A24 horror movie. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean, this is a very good, like, I believe this is a PG-13 film. So I do see this as a good, and I've always been, if you've been on the channel long enough, I've always been a big proponent of gateway entry-level horror films. This is a very good gateway entry-level horror film for like elevated horror for like a kid to watch. Because I feel like a lot of gateway entry-level just a lot of entry-level gateway horror films are very, very Monster Squad. And I love Monster Squad, but I do like a variety, and this is a really great entry-level horror for this type of aesthetic type of horror, this type of folk horror, this type of trippy, modern, A24 elevated, telling a story that's about something more type of horror that we have nowadays. Like, for a kid to watch this, if I was in middle school or like fifth grade or something, and I saw this, it would be creepy, but I would be so into it. I would be so down with it, because again, it does remind me of Over the Garden Wall, of something out of Courage the Cowardly Dog or something, of like, there's a lot of childlike innocence in this, and balanced with this very eerie, very odd, very strange, very creepy tone and vibe and look and aesthetic. So that's cool. That being said, look, Oz Perkins didn't write this movie, but whoever wrote this movie clearly wanted to write this as a book, because I feel like, I don't know, I just have a problem with like I don't have a problem with narration in movies, but I feel like the amount of narration and what the narration was, the purpose of the narration in this could have been handled a bit better. I feel like the narration in this was only there to state the obvious, or to state things in which the writer had trouble showing. And it's like, my guy, you didn't have to have her narrate all that at the end of like, I'm finding my true power. If you showed all of that visually without the narration, we could have gleaned the same thing without her talking, and that's a compliment to Oz and his visual storytelling. But that's also what was my problem with the previous Oz Perkins movies, of like the last, like half of the, like not half, maybe like the last third of the movie, there's just like a big exposition dump that is narrated, and it that happens in Long Legs too. There's a moment in Long Legs, I'm sure if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, where somebody's telling a story and it explains everything, but it's like, I don't know, I just don't like big exposition dumps like that. And it happened in what's the other Oz Perkins movie I'm thinking of? The one with the ghost in the house. It happens in that one too. There's a lot of narrating in that one. That one I didn't really like that much. So those are my problems. But look, as a movie just solely on vibes, holy shit, dude. What a gorgeous looking movie. Colorful, beautifully shot, great cinematography, great music. I don't know this Rob guy. I thought it was the guy that did music for Mandy, but horror movies nowadays all kind of took what Mandy did in the music department and kind of rolled with it. Same with, they took the music from Stranger Things and kind of rolled with it. We're going back to that John Carpenter type of synth horror soundtrack vibe, which I love. And yeah, I mean, acting wise, it was a bit stilted, but that's kind of the Oz Perkins kind of staple of his earlier stuff. So I can't really knock it. But yeah, as just a movie to like vibe out with, pretty good time. As an entry level horror movie for kids, pretty good time. Otherwise, it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, that wraps up fucking folk horror month. We ended it with a witch getting fucked up. I do like the Wizard of Oz reference at the end there, though. I will tell you that. I do like the visual, subtle, not subtle, but like, like when she's like really witchy, the lighting is like a bit green and makes her look green, and her being like, what a world, very Wizard of Oz, and I love the costume design and all that. It's a cool movie visually, is all I'm saying. Everything visually about it is awesome. But yeah, that's it for March, guys. And once again, I'm gonna be watching The Witch, which is another movie like this, but exponentially better. And you'll see why on the Patreon. And next month we're gonna be watching vacation horror movies, because some of you folks are gonna be on spring break and stuff like that. Some of y'all will be taking vacation around springtime, and we'll be watching vacation horror films. Films like Old, Tourist Trap, and so on, but not before dipping our toes into a bit of a holiday horror again with next week's film, April Fool's Day. So that's it for this week, guys. And so till next week, remember, if you come across a house full of a charcuterie board, giant buffet table of food, and an old Willem Dafoe lady is in there, just know that little chicken pot pie is probably some kid's chubby arm or something. You don't want to eat that. You're going to be implicated in some crimes you don't want to be implicated in, all right? Chris Hansen's going to walk in and he's like, I'm Chris Hansen. You're eating a child. And you're going to be like, I didn't know. Why aren't you talking to the witch? Get her. She's the one that made the pie into a child, Anyway, see you guys next week.